can toss to John. I can just say thank you, Sue, and then
Careers.
I'd like you to meet John Scott. He's in charge of, he's an instructor. Also, our online coordinator and our careers manager. Boom, he takes it away.
Okay.
I'll introduce Susan.
Yep, no flyaways.
Okay.
And then Susan Sultan is our lead comm advisor. Boom. And then I'll go to Cecilia and Lana, and then we'll do wrap-up questions.
Okay. Now, is the camera going to be both these cameras?
Both cameras.
Okay.
They'll be switching back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Answer the talk to this one, yeah.
Okay, I will talk to that one. Gonna give me some. Thank you, Brad. We have a 3-camera shoot.
Yeah.
Got one in the gym.
Wow.
And so, Sue, if you want to talk, one second, you want to talk to an audience,
I just talked to that.
talk to that.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that in focus of her? Can you quickly?
Yeah, I'll be going back.
Okay, you'll be going back and forth. Okay, great. Otherwise, you can turn to us. It's going to be a wide shot, you know, that you're taking it from me, but if you want to talk to the audience in particular,
Okay.
we're ready.
She's ready. All right. Start in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the School of Communications and Media Technologies Town Hall meeting. We've got fabulous members here at the table who would like to talk to you and meet you. I'm Jan Yonahiro, and I'm delighted to be here. I'm your director for this department, and I just want to say that if you are ever close by here in San Francisco or in the neighborhood, please come on down, let us meet you. We want to meet you. We want to show you around. We're in one of our studios right now. This is a studio where we do Academy Idol, Academy's Got Talent. We're doing a brand new game show right here in this studio. So we're having a fun time. Now I want you to meet Steve Cotton, and he's the co-director of this School of Communications and Media Technologies. Steve.
Thank you, Jan. Are we having fun yet? Okay, everybody. Welcome, everybody who's watching. And I'd like to echo what Jan says. Please come down. We want to meet you. We've had a lot of students, especially from online, come down and meet us. And they come from all over the country. And it's really a great experience if you could do that. Town halls, we like to bring you up to date on new things and new things happening, and I just came from a class, which is an exciting new class that we're offering here on site. It's on esports and esports production, which is really the latest rage, and we're doing that class in coordination with the game development department, the School of Game Development. So we are doing that class, and
Brand new this semester.
it's brand new this semester, and we'll be offering it again in the spring and in the fall. Not in the summertime. It will not be offered into summertime. But it's a great class. The students are very excited about it. They're getting ready for their midterm project, which is they'll produce an entire event. We're going to do the Overwatch game 3 versus 3, and that's coming up on April 7th. And it will be live on the Twitch network. And if those of you have a Twitch account, look for AAU Sports, AAU Esports, and look for our symbol there, and you can watch it live. Other classes coming up. We have a great class coming up in the fall, or is it the spring?
In this fall.
This fall, coming up. It's 204, which is a great class. It's sort of a combination of the art of the interview and how to be a host. And that's going to be a great class. Do we have an instructor? Is that going to be Richard Hart? Or?
We're hoping it's Richard Hart.
Yes.
And I may pop in.
Yes, of course. But that's going to be a new class that's going to be offered. So look for that coming up, and that will be online pretty shortly.
First, it'll be on site in the fall, and then online in spring of 2019.
2019.
So it's a brand new class that Richard is writing it right now, and we want to make sure that we give you all the skills and the tips and the tricks about being a fabulous on-camera host and how to conduct the best interview to get the best answers.
And one other thing that we're offering this year, or actually expanding, we've had the class for a while, is our broadcasting class on becoming a play-by-play announcer, and we're utilizing a lot of our students in that to do play-by-play of our local our teams, and we're having them call the basketball games, and we're going to be doing the soccer game coming up, and a softball game, and a baseball game this spring. So we're getting a lot of opportunities for our students to get hands-on and get out there and practice their art. So I would like to, that's sort of to get you excited about it, but I want to pass the excitement down to now Sue Raleigh, who's going to start talking about
And
students.
Sue is our Chief Academic Officer, everybody. So please welcome Sue, and she'll tell you about, this is really good. She'll tell you about, we've done some student surveys, and she'll tell you about what students are saying to Sue.
So I want to say hi to everybody, and for people who may have not done a town hall meeting before, I want to tell you we consider that to be, the town hall meetings to be very, very important. And that's why all these people are here. Even our student rep is here, and she's in the middle of midterms, as all of you are. So it's important for her to give up her time, all of these people, the whole panel, to give up their time, because this is very busy time. But we want to hear from you. We want to know what you think about the information we're giving, and also we want to know if you have suggestions. We want to hear if there's something that may not be working the way you'd hoped it would. Maybe you have a friend that's going to a different school and they're doing something really cool, and you want to know why we aren't doing it here, and that's important for us to hear. So please know this is opening the door, and this is also, if you're watching, this is a chance for you to critique us. Now, one of the things that we've done in the past, and we just finished it, is a student survey, and some of you may have participated in that. And we look at all the results, we look at everything people are saying, and then we try to figure out what 2 things could we do that would really make a difference to students. So, 2 things that came up from the most recent student survey. One was that students felt like they wanted more time with their directors. Ta-da! You guys.
All right.
So they felt like that the directors are very busy, but they wanted some face time. So many of the departments are looking at different ways of doing that. I don't know what you guys, are you doing anything special?
We have an open door policy, so that if our door is open, you can come in anytime, walk in. You don't need an appointment, and we're very clear about that. We've been clear about that since the day we started in September 2008. We believe in the open door policy. We come from the media background, communications and broadcasting, and it's always an open door, those places, so we believe in that.
Okay, and that's really important, as are these town hall meetings. This is another opportunity for you to hear from your department directors. I know some of the departments are actually also doing like brown bag lunches and things like that, where students are just casually getting together and chatting. So we're working on that. We're trying to break down any barriers that students may feel. Second thing that came out of the surveys was that students wanted more collaboration. Earlier, they felt like, oh, well, the seniors are collaborating on major projects, but if you're a freshman or sophomore or junior, you don't often get to participate. So they're asking for the departments to come up with a better, earlier form of collaboration. I think that's a great idea.
I agree.
Because it teaches teamwork, and even if the work isn't at the level where you're considered a pro, you're still learning how to work on a team.
And when you say collaboration, we should say to our audience, it means collaboration across departments, not just within your department.
And it's both. It's whether it's within the department or it's within different departments, it's the idea of being on a team with people and contributing your skills and seeing what that feels like. So that was a really big thing, and here at the Academy of Art we have what's called an academic steering committee. Your director is on that committee.
I'm on the committee.
And there are many other directors on the committee and of different art and design departments. And so we're really looking at that. How can we be responsive to the survey? How can we do this collaboration? And one of the directors actually had a brainstorming session just a couple weeks ago.
Antonio Silva.
Yeah. Borja, actually.
Oh, okay.
And he had, Richard Hart was there, I
Right.
think, and other departments were there talking about how can we do this. So I think it's going to happen.
Right. How can we collaborate together? And in fact, it was last semester, Steve, that we collaborated with Industrial Design, and they were doing a special project, and they wanted to be able to record and videotape and have it as stories. And so we participated with our 610 class, and you want to talk about that just really briefly?
Yeah, it was a great collaboration. We embedded our students, our grad students, to tell the story of this collaboration between Industrial Design and General Motors. And it was a really great collaboration, and we came up with little mini documentaries and little progress points along the way, and little stories that were each about a minute or two long, and they put them out on Instagram, used it a lot in social media, and it was great information. We're also doing a lot. I have regular meetings with the sound design department, with Stephen and MPT, and we have students cross-pollinating. Just recently, we just did our live Chinese New Year parade, and
Right.
in that we have someone from editing in MPT. We also have someone from the sound design department helping us with
Right.
sound design and giving us music, and then we also had someone in for location sound to do the location sound when we recorded. So we're doing a lot of collaboration.
And you should know that Sue Raleigh actually was in a float.
Cold
in a
as it was.
Yes, she was part of the
my
parade.
mittens and
Yeah,
scarf
and
and
a hat. She was in the parade going through
Right.
and representing, of course, the Academy of Art University, and we had a float in that parade,
And
the
that
Chinese New Year's
It was really
parade.
great hearing everybody, the students, as we went through different parts of the crowd.
They said, "Hi, Sue."
Yeah, and Academy, Academy, Academy. So that was really fun.
So thank you, and we'll all come back and you know, as we pop up with some new ideas. But thank you for sharing that brand new student survey, and maybe Lotta can talk about it, because I think that's so, you know, again, we want to be transparent. We want to hear from students and tell us how we can improve your career here at the university. That's what we want to know.
And the other thing that's just happened that all the students should really be proud of is we just had a WASC visit. WASC is our accrediting body, regional accreditation. That's the same group that would accredit UC Berkeley or Stanford or any of the major universities. And we got lots of kudos, commendations they call it, and we only got one recommendation, which everybody was braced for, what's this going to be, because that's like a critique of the school. And they said, keep doing what you're doing. So that was huge, and everybody should be very proud of that. Because this is a group that come in just basically to critique us and tell us how we can improve. And they really loved what we're doing, so here we are.
Yeah, and here we are.
And that's great.
So thank you, Sue. Now I want to toss the mic to John Scott, everybody. John Scott is an instructor here in our department. He is also our online coordinator, and he's also, this is the major thing, he is your career services and internship director. I'm looking at you, students, because you need to meet with John, because he's all about making sure that internships are valuable and careers beyond this university very valuable. John.
Thank you, Jan. I saw something online the other day which surprised me and almost shocked me a little bit. But when I tell you what this person said, it's not going to make you scared, it's going to give you hope. The quote from the guy was, if you have not set up a personal brand online, no one will want to work with you in 2 years. Wow. Why that should be a hopeful message and not a scary one is, in this department, you're going to be. I know from personal experience because I teach classes in social media production and branding and social media strategy. And what we do in these classes is we basically tell students to practice branding something that they're excited about, from sneakers to fast food to hip hop music, anything like that. But if you have online a portfolio of your skills, some examples of work you've done, and you have maintained a consistent theme across the various platforms, you've got yourself a brand. And employers will be able to look for you, find your skills, find proof of your skills right there, and they're going to be much more likely to want to talk to you about a job. That's what we do here, and that's why you're going to be okay, because before you finish the program, we're going to make you figure out who you are, what you're really good at, and what you can do what your skills are and what value you add to the marketplace. And that's why this department is so awesome, is because we go through at a level that's very broad, a little bit of everything, so that you're not in the dark about anything. Coming up on May 1st, we're going to have a career event, Com Careers. We do these once, twice a year, but it's an opportunity for you to come in, hear from influencers, hear from people who can hire you, hear from people who can help you create your personal brand. If you don't know what you are yet, that's okay. That's what college is for. But we can help you, and I'm happy to help you too. So,
And it's going to be streamed live.
yeah, we'll stream it live, and it'll be in the 79 Theater. That's on May 1st. Not to mention Spring Show coming up. Employers going to be everywhere. We're going to sit you down in front of these employers and let you take your best shot. But we'll get you ready for it, because your brand will be strong and you'll be ready to go.
And will you be interviewing right there with the employer? Will students
Yes,
be interviewed
yes.
right on the spot?
John will bring in at least a dozen people who can hire you from different industries. And John, last year you had everybody from San Francisco Giants to production companies to CBS Interactive. So
To
John,
music labels. We had a little bit of everything, which is kind of right in the comm interest. Students love this stuff. So we try to get them in front of employers, teams, that they're excited about.
So some of the teams you had, really, CBS Interactive. Tell us some of the people that you had last year and who you plan to bring in again this year.
We had the San Francisco Giants. We had Empire Records, which is a local hip-hop music label. We had several production companies, CBS Interactive, as you mentioned, people from shopping, online shopping sites, fashion sites. It was great.
KQED.
Public radio and
Radio
podcasting.
came in.
So we try to hit a little bit of everything, every interest group, so that students can find something that they can be excited
Right.
about.
KRON TV came in, Jim Swanson.
Yeah.
So
Did the weather channel come in?
the Weather Channel did not come in.
If you'd like me to call them, I'd
Yes,
be happy to.
John will call. Thank you, John. On my right is somebody every student in our department should know, and really, you should bring chocolates, gold bullion, whatever condos, because she will help you get to the finish line. Susan Sultan is the lead advisor for this department, and in my humble opinion, she's the best we've ever had. So I'm going to toss it to Susan, and she'd like to tell you how she can help you, how she wants to help you, and how she's here for you. Susan.
Thank you, Jan. Thanks, Jen. Hi, everybody. My name is Susan. I definitely want to meet with all of you. So if you can, come visit us at 150 Hayes. And actually, this semester, was it this semester that we started having on-site advising here in 79? So Matt and I actually rotate, and so some days we're here hanging out with Cecilia. So if you want to come meet with me just to stop in and say hello, and I get to know you, and I get to know what classes you're taking. But Jan's right. My ultimate goal is to get you to the finish line and to see you walk in commencement. So that's my job. I would talk to you. We talk about the comm program. If you're more production, if you're more performance, we talk about these new classes. I tell you about John, and I tell you to go there. I'm kind of like your gateway, your segue to the comm degree. And that's based off our conversations. So come talk to me. We can talk about how many classes you should be taking. If summer is an option for you, what that would look like in your degree. I will happily accept any chocolate or candy or anything. I will not say no to that. But yes, registration has been open since, I believe, the 19th of February. So we're registering students for summer and fall right now. It's very key. I know summer is optional for students, but that summer semester will get you to graduation faster. So let's talk about it, and we can talk about your options. This semester especially, there's the AAU offers a lot of beautiful and amazing grants that a lot of students don't know about. And this semester, we're actually awarding a student success grant, which is very exciting. And some of you received emails about it.
Oh, tell us about the
Yes.
success grant.
There's a lot of amazing grants, but this one especially is awarding students who meet a 3.0 GPA requirement, who is being proactive in taking the summer semester, and they want to take 2 classes. So you get awarded this $300 kind of scholarship. And your advisors are reaching out to students currently to apply. Students do have to apply. The application is just, you reviewing it, and then you have that conversation with the advisor, and it's exciting. So we're here to support you, ultimately here to support you.
And I will say, Susan knows every single one of our students. I will call her. Sometimes we talk 3 times a day because we want to get you to the finish line. We want to support you in the class, in your assignments, with the instructor, with your career here at the university. And I will tell you, Susan knows every single one of you. And I can call her anytime. I said, Susan, what about this program for this student, and what class should this student take? She will know. She will find it. And we also talk about what students need extra help. She was in my office just before this town hall meeting. We went through some of the students that may need extra encouragement, extra help. And you care, and I say thank you for caring so much. So we're going to pass the mic on to Cecilia Osorio. And Cecilia is the COM administrator. She is everything to everybody, and a lot of students just park themselves in her office, and we are delighted that she welcomes so many students. Cecilia.
Why, thank you. I'm also the floor warden. But I'm here to help you guys in any way that I can. Susan is in our office. It's right in front of the elevators. You can't miss us. If you need to refuel, I have snacks there usually. I'm usually the one who's emailing you about needing volunteers for sports events, for when the workshops are, when this is. So hopefully you're paying attention, and drop by and say hello so I get to know you better. If you need to print something out or anything, I'm always there for you guys.
Yes, she is, and she's sort of the secret sauce that puts us all together here in Department of Communications and Media Technologies, and we love it. And yes, she has lots of snacks in her office, everybody. So thank you, Cecilia.
You're welcome.
And now I want to pass the mic on to Lada is our class representative and a department representative. She is an undergraduate with us. She's got an exotic background that she can tell you about, Russia. And we love her because she's part of the international community. She's part of our undergraduate community. And she is really vested in her schoolwork here. She's also vested into all the students here and their program here. So, Lada, take it away. Tell us.
Okay, so first of all, hello. My name is Lada, as Jen kindly introduced me. I'm a student representative for this department. What exactly does it mean? Think of me as a bridge between you all guys and the higher-ups, so people who are in charge. Sue, for example. We meet like every month, and we discuss if there are any issues that need to be addressed or something that needs to be changed. Basically, guys, you can reach out to me if there is any issue, any question. I'm your humble servant. And don't worry about it being like a big deal. I will keep your information confidential, so nothing to worry about. I got you.
Thank you. And when Lada says she will keep your information and your thoughts, your concerns, even your criticisms of instructors confidential, she really means that. And that's sort of the oath, if you will, that she takes as the COM undergraduate representative. She will meet with you confidentially, and then she can take your concerns directly up to Sue Raleigh, who's the Chief Academic Officer, bypass all of us, which is fine. In fact, that is the system. And she can take your concerns directly up to Sue and find a solution or 2 or 3 or find something that will help you. And that's how serious we take your job as the representative.
I just wanted to add one more thing. If you do have something that you want to take to Jan or Steve and you don't feel comfortable going to them directly, she can do that as well. In fact, she is on their calendars every couple weeks, right? Lotta, that's about what you're meeting with them? Yeah. And
we see her in the hallways. She's
but it
all
should
the way,
be,
you know?
it's more, and I just want to say to students, it's more than just seeing her in the hallways. They really sit down and talk and try to find out what's happening with the student body. Because what the student reps are at the Academy of Art is it's like our form of student government. And she is your representative. So she's there to help troubleshoot. She's also there to make suggestions when it's when it's a good thing.
Right. So thank you, Lotta, for serving. I love it that you say you're a servant, you're serving, but we really appreciate you. So as we wrap up with all of us, I brought a little prop, and I don't know if you can you get this little baby drone? Okay, so this, I call it the baby drone. This drone actually has an HD camera in it. We teach a drone production class, and this is how you start off. You can learn to control this drone, and then of course we put you on to the larger drones, and we've had great success in our drone production class, and people have won awards in our drone production class. They've gone on to win the Red Bull Award, and we get a lot of students from the landscape design department taking our drone production class, because what they found is that they can use the drone to help them design in landscaping, in land development, and it's been phenomenal. Drones are everywhere, as we say. They're in architecture, landscape architecture. Police departments have drones, fire departments have drones, real estate departments have drones, fashion design studios are using drones as part of their fashion shows. Certainly in photography and motion pictures and television, everybody's using drones. I just wanted to say that this is a fun class. We also, another fun class we're having coming up back again in the fall, virtual reality extreme sports. And we partner with GoPro because they've got a tiny camera that you can use in extreme sports. So we do partnerships outside of this university that we think are very exciting times. So those are my sort of new classes. Steve, you want to add anything?
I have one other thing in relation to the virtual reality and the extreme sports, but we're going to have another seminar coming up on April 17th. And it's for VR, AR, MR. We're calling it the XR experience, and it will be held here. And it will also be live. We're going to be, it'll be at 180, the building 180, but we will also be streamcasting it live with the event. We'll have some speakers to talk about the jobs and the careers in virtual reality and some of the new things that are coming out with that. So on April 17th, tune in for that, because that's pretty exciting. And, you know, drones are everywhere. So take the drone class. Well, that will be offered also in the spring and the summer and the fall.
Sue, any last words to our students that you'd like to ask or say to students?
I just said this to the student reps. It's really, really important that everybody enjoy their spring break, which is next week. So don't do homework.
Look at the sigh of relief on Lotta's face.
Do something different. Go to the movies, binge watch Netflix. I don't care what it is, but do something entirely different. See your friends. Maybe you haven't seen your friends for a while. Talk to your family, you know. Go play with your pets. Whatever it is, do something entirely different, because when you come back, you're going to be hit with the final push, you know, and that can be exhausting. So I want everyone to come back refreshed and ready to go. So enjoy spring break, be safe, and then come back and be happy to be back when you do come back on Saturday. I think it's the 30...
The classes start again.
Yeah, the 30th?
The 30th.
Yeah. So if you have class on Saturday, don't miss that one, but take the week off.
Yes, and come back with renewed vigor and gusto. John, any last words? And I was thinking that maybe you could give an idea about where our students are now working, because you keep a database. This is what we should tell people. John keeps a database of all the students when they've graduated, where they go, where we can find them at any point in time. John?
It's a great chase. People change jobs all the time. We have a database of about 400 students that we do our level best to try to keep track. They're working all over the world. They work at places like Google. They work at Chinese television networks. They work in India. They work in England. They work in New York City. And a lot of them like to stay here in the Bay Area, where there's a raft of technology and content companies.
They work at Airbnb. And you think,
Yelp.
What, at Airbnb? And when Elizabeth Sweeney came to tell me she's working at Airbnb, and I said, oh, you're booking rooms? No, she's part of the very first production team that Airbnb has established, and she shoots and she edits and she does creative content for Airbnb at Airbnb. And we have Kelly DeSoy at Yelp, and where else,
And
John?
places like Sephora, places like Yelp. But a comm student is required at any business in any industry. And that's what's really interesting and amazing about our department. If you look down the street and you look at all the signs, they need a comm student in there. Someone to create explainer videos, or to write copy, or to shoot video content, to produce visual and audio content. The list of things a comm student can do for any company, on any block, on any street, would amaze you. And that's why I feel we're such a valuable department.
Right. And we have somebody at LinkedIn, which is 2 blocks over. We've got several people at Comcast Sportsnet, 4 blocks over, Yelp, 1 block over. And so it's kind of exciting, actually, to see where our students are going and what they're doing at different companies. So thank you, John, for working with all those students and keeping track of them on this database that he and Richard Hart created.
We'll send some good luck to Lada, who's possibly ready to start an amazing internship
Yes.
because of her comm skills. Good for you, Lada.
We're crossing our fingers that we'll come to you. But Susan, I'm just going to ask you, any other thoughts, any other tips for our students, how they can best work with you and then excel here in this department?
I would say just communicate with your advisor. Keep communication. Again, we're here to support you. You may be off during spring break, but we're still here. And if you want to have a telephone conversation, if you just want to check in, you're more than welcome to. It'll make our day go by really great. But we are, again, we're at 150 Hayes. You're welcome to take the shuttle down from here at 79 New Montgomery. You're welcome to stop in at any time, you know, whether it's to see myself, Matt, Ashley, and Aaron. We're here for you to support you.
And I love what Susan will do. And if she thinks that you're a bit shy and won't call her, she will call you. Especially, yes, especially if she sees that maybe some of the progress grades may need some help or midterms. She'll pick up the phone and call you. And I really like that about what you're proactive with the students. So
Yeah.
we should tell them.
You do, and I appreciate that Cecilia sends me the the comms information about workshops and stuff, because if we do have a conversation, like, you know, I actually need help with this editing class, I already know that there's a workshop coming up, and we can talk about that, and we can get you going. So again, we're here to support you. We're here to support you and provide you with the resources that are provided.
So thank you, Susan. Cecilia, any last thoughts for our students?
I'm at your service. If you've forgotten any of the information, I know you guys see me. I'm right there by the elevators. You have my email, since I've been emailing you, blasting you with all the information, what's going on. So if you have any questions or you've forgotten any information, just hit me up.
And she's the best snacks, okay? She has donuts. What are those donuts that come in, and the donut holes, but those fabulous donuts cakes and cookies. I have chocolates in my office. If you get tired of the cookies and popcorn and cakes, I've got chocolates. So Lada, perhaps your thoughts as a student and as a representative, what could you say to students out there?
Well, in my experience, since I've been here for already 4 years, since I was 16, I was a baby, 3 advices. Like it has been said, communication is very important because you know what can happen in the future. Maybe you run to the person again, they can give you a hand, you know, get a job or internship. It's going to help you a lot, I'm telling you. Another advice I would give is that definitely don't overwork yourself, or you're going to really affect your mental health. I'm speaking from my own experience. And lastly is always strive for more. You know, I believe in the higher potential that everyone has it, so go for it. It's going to really pay off. Even if at the moment it's very difficult, it's going to be good later. You'll see.
Oh, Lada, thank you so much. Well, I want to thank everybody here at this table. Thank you for joining us for the Communications and Media Technologies Town Hall meeting. Again, as Steve and I say, we have an open door policy. come on down to see us. If you happen to be in town and you're close by, we're at 79 New Montgomery in the heart of San Francisco. And because we have an open door policy, our door is open. Come on in. Have a great rest of the semester, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody.